Good evening. Shalom. Peace of the Lord be with you. Here I am with the evangelist Sherial, and I would like to ask him some questions. So Zeerick, will you help me out? Could you tell me that what's pre-Advent judgment? Or what does the Bible really tells about it?
It's very simple. Pre means before, and Advent means the second coming of Jesus Christ. So pre-Advent judgment, like the judgment that's taking place right now before the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Oh, so you're saying that there's a judgment before Jesus' second coming?
Well, I'm not saying that. That's because, don't take my words for it. Let me show it to you from the Bible. Now you see in the book of Daniel, right? In Daniel chapter 8 and 9. You find this prophecy that was given to Daniel for the prophecy of 2,300 days. It's also known as the 2,300 days prophecy. Now, it's one of the longest time prophecies in the Bible. And one of the reasons of this, one of the things that you get from this prophecy is the time of the origin, the time when the pre-Advent judgment begins. And from this prophecy, you get that time period, which was AD 1844. Now, remember that this message of pre-Advent judgment, this message can only be preached since 1844. For it proclaims that the judgment is now in session.
So who is being judged in this pre-Advent judgment?
Let Bible answer that question for you. Let us go to Daniel chapter 7 and verse 22. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 22. And the Bible says, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given for the saints of the Most High. Right? Now, the version I'm using, it's not New International Version, but when you use the New International Version, it translates this text as follows. It says that, until the Ancient of Days came. Now, the New International Version translates this text as follows. It says that until the Ancient of Days came and pronounced judgment in the favor of the saints of the Most High. This pre-Advent judgment that began in 1844 not only decides negatively against the little horn power, but it also decides positively in the favor of God's people. So your question was that who is being judged in this pre-Advent judgment? Now, the judgment, the Bible, as it says, the judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. It was given in the favor of the saints of the Most High. Now, some may wonder, why does God need to have a judgment? Now, this thing has to be very clear in our thinking. Now, that God does not need to have a judgment. No. God does not need to have a judgment in order to find out who's going to be saved. God already knows who's going to be saved. Now, the thing is, God is so fair and just that for the fallen angels, He convenes this pre-Advent judgment so that it will be very clear to all of them that God has a right to save everyone that He's about to take to heaven. Now, during this pre-Advent judgment beginning in 1844, again I'm repeating this judgment began in 1844 so that you can know it. Now, God for the first time unveils to the angels and unfallen beings in heaven the names of the saved, and shows the whole universe why He's saving these people when this pre-Advent judgment starts.
With whom does the judgment start? I mean that really with whom does this judgment begins?
The Bible answers that question too. In 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 17. I want to take that verse again. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. So the Bible says in verse 17, for it is time for judgment to begin at the household of God. Judgment must begin at the household of God. This pre-Advent judgment is primarily dealing with the righteous people. It is God's vindication of His right to save people who have fully surrendered themselves to the Lordship of Jesus Christ in their new life.
Okay, I understand. But who is my lawyer in this judgment? If I am in that judgment, and who is my lawyer?
I don't have your answer. Your answer is in the Bible. 1 John chapter 2 verse 1. Paul was writing. He was writing to this church, the elect, and he says in 1 John chapter 2 and verse 1, and he says, my little children. He says, my little children, I'm writing these things to you so that you may not sin. But if anyone does sin, we have an advocate with the Father, Jesus Christ, the righteous. And there's your answer. Who is our lawyer? Our advocate, our lawyer in this pre-Advent judgment is Jesus Christ. Our advocate, our lawyer in this pre-Advent judgment is Jesus Christ. He will plead our case against Satan's charges. That's why saints don't worry. That's why Christians are not anxious about judgment. They know that Jesus Christ will never lose any case that's entrusted to him. The question that needs to concern me is my case in Jesus' hands? Will he plead my case? Is my case in the hand of Jesus Christ? That's the question I guess we all need to ask in this day. In this pre-Advent judgment, the only lawyer, the only advocate that we and me, you, every one of us, we all Christians, or any person who puts his case, her case into his hand, knows that Jesus Christ will never let him down, will never let her down. The only person we can trust right now in these times of tribulation is the one and only Jesus Christ.
So, believers, do you wish to engage with Jesus Christ, your lawyer, in the judgment of heaven which has already begun? And if your answer is yes, then stay blessed. And watch out for the second part of Who is Real Israel coming out on 10th August 2014. So stay blessed and keep watching A4U TV, which means agape love for you.